Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hope all is well. Hope everyone's doing all right. Trying to get this camera thing straight.
I think you're muted, Professor. Can't hear you.
I won't talking to y'all.
Oh, my bad. I saw your mouth moving.
You know, when you're in the house, you still got family running around too. So I'm glad y'all couldn't hear me. But good afternoon. Good afternoon. Just waiting for everybody to get connected before we get rolling. All right, so we're looking at 4.3 today. All right, so now let me forget to talk about next class as well before we leave today. All right, so 4.3 is equations of a line. We talked about one of them already. So last class we ended using slopes and this slope intercept form, and we graphed using that. And this section's homework start off, saying use slope intercept form to graph. So we did that last class, but this section also starts off with writing an equation using this information. So I'll show you how we can do that. Just give you a chance to write. Let's see. So we want to write an equation of the line with the given slope and pass it through the given point. I'll put a negative in there. Let's go here. All right, so we have y equal to mx plus b, and they give us hold on. Let me do this. I'll leave it. Okay. Now, in actuality, I missed, we, like I said, they start off talking about this, but we did that last class. This equation is actually going to lean on another form, but I'll just remind you guys about this when they say slope intercept form. You know, that's what they're talking about. Now, this one, it says write an equation of a line that passes through the given point and with the given slope. So this is not a slope intercept. You know, remember slope intercepts, x has to be 0. So this would be, I mean, not slope intercept, it's not a y-intercept. So this point would be considered a y-intercept because x is equal to 0. So that's a y-intercept. Now, this is not a y-intercept. It's just a generic point. All right, so, and maybe I can write this note. Not a y-intercept. So, matter of fact, I can point to x. So it's not a y-intercept because x is not 0. So if that's the case, then we need to use our point slope formula. Sorry about that. Had to sneeze. So we're going to use this form right here. Y minus y1 equal m times x minus x1. Where we plug it in to these spots right here to create our equation. So I just rewrote our given information down here. So before we go ahead and plug in, is everybody okay? So once again, they gave us the slope, they gave us the point. And we are going to plug it into this formula right here. Trying to see how deep this thing goes. Trying to see how many questions on this assignment. Oh, go back. Did they not mention perpendicular? Parallel. Oh, y'all looked out. They didn't talk about perpendicular lines. Okay. All right, so let's go ahead and plug in. So plugging in -5 for y1. Make sure you don't lose a negative. Your slope is 6. And then plugging in +2 for x1. Questions on the substitution?
Yep. So, I'm trying to understand the formula now.
I'm listening.
So what is the actual, this is the actual example here, m equals 6.
Yeah, this came from the example m is equal to 6. And your point, they don't call it x1, y1, but your point is going to be x1, y1. So you calling it that to reference your formula.
So x1, y1.
I can't understand you.
No, I
Okay.
wasn't really saying anything.
Okay.
I'm trying to comprehend what you're saying. So y equals -5.
Y1 does. Because don't forget you have a y and an x here that you're not plugging in for. You're plugging in for. That's why I put the arrows over it. You're plugging in for x1, m, and y1.
X1, y1. So let me, okay, so y1 would be the second one. And because it's a y minus, okay, that's where that first minus comes from, because it's y minus y1. So y, you get the minus, and then y1 is your 5, -5. Okay, and that equals 6. Okay, so
Which is m.
and m, okay, m equals 6, x minus x1 would be the
2.
negative, would be the 2. Okay, so then y plus 5 equals 6. And then we're going to multiply those. So that's going to be y plus 5 equals 6, x minus 12. Okay.
And then we take the 5 over.
6 x plus 17. Oh, minus 17. Answer y equals. Okay.
Question for that on that one before we do another one. Make sure we're all right. Give me some more numbers. Solving with a fraction. So same directions. This time our slope is 1/2. And the point is, let's go 8, 3. So once again, our slope, they label it as M, but they just give you the point. Looking at MATLAB, they just give you the point. So they assume you know that that first one is X1, second one is Y1. And then you plug them in accordingly. That's Y minus 3 equal to 1/2 times X minus 8. All right, problem with the substitution, plugged in for Y1, M, and X1. Distribute the 1/2. So, just in case you want to write it that way or not, 1/2 X or X over 2 is the same thing. Just like I wrote this 8 over 2, could have wrote it X over 2.
That wouldn't change it with us, so we put X over 2.
It's the same exact thing.
For the 8 over 2, you said it could have been X over 2?
No. I was pointing right here. That's
Only
where
at that one. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So it could either be X. Okay.
All right. Questions before we finish it off? Make sure we're okay. All right, so finish it off by adding 3. Cheers. All right, any questions before we go to the next one? All right. So let's look at another one. Find the equation line, pass through. Blue. All right, so find the equation of the line passing through the pair of points. So they give us 3, 3, and 5, 7. All right. So let me see, write this note. So if you're not given a slope, then you have to find the slope first. So that's going to always be the case. Now, it doesn't matter which one you call x1, y1, which one you call x2, y2. So in other words, it doesn't matter which one you call point 1 and which one you call point 2. All right. I just call the first one that I see point 1. Second one I see point 2. Could have left that there. So from there, go ahead and find your slope. Y2 is 7 minus y1, which is 3. X2 is 5
That's what I kept saying.
minus x1, which is 3. Somebody have a question? I know somebody unmuted.
Yeah, Professor, let's go over that so I can see it good. Okay, the formula is x1, y1. I'm at x2. I'm at y2, y1. When you say, so we're finding the slope now, is that what you said?
Yep, they didn't give us the slope. They just gave us 2 points.
Okay.
So whenever you're not given the slope, you have to find it. And whenever you're not given the slope, you have to find it first.
Okay. Okay, so.
Because remember, both of our formulas, no matter which formula you're using, you have to have a slope.
Okay.
And so they don't give it to you, you have to find it first.
Okay, so this is like a 2-part.
You broke up again.
I said so it's like a 2-part thing. You have to
Yep,
find
you can look at it
slope
that way.
first, and then, and so M equals 7. Okay, so some reason these X and Y and M's. Okay. So I'm trying to figure out why did the 7 go first and then the -3. Y2, which is the 7, minus Y1, which is the 3. Okay, for some reason it's hard for me to follow these formulas.
You just gotta get used to it.
Okay,
That's all.
okay, then x2, which would be the first one, which is the 5. Okay. All right. I'm having a problem following the formula for some reason, but I'm gonna work on it soon we get out of class. Yeah.
All right. Not a problem. You just gotta get used to it. That's all. All right. So now that we have a slope, we can use either one of these points. It doesn't matter which one we use. We'll still get the same line because the line runs through both of those points. I always use the one that I've already called x1, y1. Because remember our formula, I didn't get my y right. Y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1. So that's y minus 3 equal to 2 times x minus 3. Our 2 came from right here. And like I said, x1, y1 is right here. Distribute 2. Add 3. Y is equal to 2x minus 3. Any questions? Any questions?
Could you remind me again what the slope is?
When you say remind you, what do you mean by that?
Yeah, what's the purpose of the slope?
It's your slant, the slope of a line. Like you think about the
The
slope of a
slope of a
mountain.
line, okay.
Like you think of a slope of the
It's the
mountain,
slant.
the
Right.
incline or the slant. Mhm.
Down.
It's just a numerical value for that slant. So find an equation for the vertical line through 7, 8. All right, so find an equation for the vertical line through 7, 8. So the key word here is going to be vertical line, or at least vertical. And if you want the vertical line, remember we talked about vertical lines and horizontal lines before. A vertical line is produced by just x equals. And it's going to be x equal to whatever the number is for x. So no calculation, just observation of what you have and what you need. So it's just going to be x equal to 7. And then if we want to do horizontal, then we would do y equals, but it will be equal to the y component, which is -5 in this case. So y equal -5. All right, questions on that? Questions on that? I guess I could say this.
So it's always the opposite.
Mm,
Well,
what you mean? You faded. I can't hear you.
Do I have that right? Horizontal is the X line,
No, horizontal is y.
but on the graph, it's still the Y. So I got this.
You'll have a horizontal line at -5. Yeah, not sure if I understand what you're asking.
So on the graph, The straight line going down, is that considered the vertical line?
Okay, so now for a horizontal line, for y equal, you will have a horizontal line at -5. For a
But
vertical,
that on the X though is what I'm saying. That's the X line.
oh, you're trying to compare it to
Right,
this.
what I'm saying is, right, so,
Yeah, I wouldn't worry about trying to make that connection because you want to be able to plot. Because if you're talking about plotting points,
no, I'm just
Mhm.
saying, I'm looking at my graph here that I got. And I know we're talking about horizontal, which is y equals that -5, but
Mhm.
horizontal, I'm saying it's actually the X line, so it's the opposite of,
If that helps you remember it, yeah. I see what
okay,
you're saying. Yep.
so,
It's the opposite of your original axis.
right, okay. I think I be thinking too hard, Professor. That's why I can't remember nothing. I'm thinking too hard.
Yeah, man, you be going too deep. All right. Anything else before we leave these two? Just want to make sure you're okay.
Mm.
Just looking at different problems you may see when in
For the
this section.
horizontal.
Let's see what else is in here. Okay. Last thing. Parallel lines. I didn't see perpendicular lines. If you guys see perpendicular lines, then feel free to let me know. I didn't see it. All I saw was parallel lines, so I'm only going to talk about what I see. All right. So all right, so parallel lines will always have the same slope. They always have the same incline because they never cross, never touch.
You say because they double cross?
Never cross.
Never,
Never.
okay.
Never.
Okay. I'm sorry, I'm at the school in the student library, so I couldn't hear.
That's all good. Too many. Probably gonna change that.
What's that word over there in the corner? Pass through.
This?
Right
You
in
said pass through?
right here. You say pass through.
That's -1.9
Okay, no,
above it.
pass through negative.
Not sure. Find the equation that is parallel to y equal to -9.
Oh,
pass
okay, I
through.
got it, I got it.
Okay.
I just learned how to move the screen. Okay.
All right, so find the equation that is parallel to y equal to -9 and passes through -1, 9.
If you want to make it, let's say if you want to make it.
I don't comprehend that.
dollar sign.
All right, well, let's see if I can help you out there. So first thing we need to do is find the slope. Remember, I mentioned before, if they don't give you the slope, you do have to find the slope first. Now, the key is that it's parallel to y equal to -9. So y equal to -9, we talked about that just a few minutes ago, is a horizontal line. All right. Now, if we have a slope, I mean, we have a horizontal line, we talked about the slope to a horizontal line is always 0. So that's always the case. Did I get that? Nope. All right, so before we go any further, make sure we're okay. If it was x equal to -9, then that would be a vertical line. But remember, we just finished talking about y equal to a number is a horizontal line, x equal to a number is a vertical line. And like I said, last class, when we talked about slopes, we said your basic behaviors are your slopes. Horizontal line, your slope is always 0. All right. Are we good? Can we go to
So
the
if
next
it's a
slide?
horizontal line,
Mhm.
it's gonna your slope is gonna automatically be M. I mean 0.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Let me write that down first.
Mm-hmm. Yes, relationship. Let's say it like that. All right. So from here, you can use the point slope formula or use just the horizontal line relationship. So I'll show you both and what I mean by that. If we use the point slope formula, that's y minus y1 equal to m times x minus x1. So we already established that our slope is 0, and
You
they
said
gave
this is
us.
the point slope?
Mm-hmm. And the point slope, I mean, the point is -1, 9. And so we plug in like we
Oh,
did.
hold up, can I snap the picture? Because I didn't get it.
All right, what you want to take a
Writing?
picture? Of which one? Do I need to scroll down or something?
You're right there.
Okay.
Thank you, sir.
Mhm.
Just click on the cell and it'll pop up a little box instead of one.
Okay.
All right. So once again, this is your point slope formula,
You should pull it up. You should be-
formula that we used previously, and we're going to plug in accordingly.
You left it on like this.
Plug in 9 for y1, 0 for m, -1 for X.
Well, I'm just showing you, that's how you format it.
Excuse me, Miss Janice, I can't hear because I heard some people talking in your background.
Yeah, I was about to
I'm
mute that.
sorry, I'm sorry.
No,
No
you're fine.
problem. Thank you.
Oh, yeah. All right, so 0 times anything cancels out that whole thing. So this is y minus 9 equal to 0. And now if we were to add 9 to both sides, y is equal to 9. All right. Questions on that before we look at the other way of finding this line? Can I scroll up? Okay, so here's the other way of doing it. If so first thing we recognize is that if you have a horizontal line, a line that is parallel to it is going to be horizontal as well. All horizontal lines are y equals to a number. I'll probably just write 1 and 2. I think it was -1, yeah. So if my given point is -1, 9, then the horizontal line that passes through is just going to be y
Excuse me.
equal to 9. Mhm.
Did you say that's y -9?
Huh?
Is that y -9?
No, it's just a 9.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, that's equals. Yeah, that was 9, right? Yep, 9. So if your given point is -1, 9, then the horizontal line that passes through is just y equal to 9. So that's just taking the connection between horizontal lines and relating it to the fact that it was a parallel line, you know, and horizontal lines will always be y equal to. So it just depends on how you want to do it. If you want to do it through the formula, that was the first step. And then doing it this way is by using your horizontal line relationship. You see, either way you get y equal to 9. All right, questions before I scroll back up. I do want to point out one other thing in the previous problems, but waiting for you guys to finish the copy. All right. Questions on that last problem before I scroll up? Anybody still copying before I scroll up? All right, so they want to point this out. You know, once we solve this equation, this right here is point slope form. And then once you solve it all the way down for y, this is slope intercept. So just in case they ask you, you know, put the answer in slope intercept form, that's what they're talking about. You know, this right here, once again, is point slope form. And then this down here would actually be in slope intercept form. Once you actually solve it down, take your number over and it's just solve for y. Questions? And so if you were to go back up here, same thing here. This would be point slope form. And this right here would actually be slope intercept form.
Can I snapshot that one? Because I wasn't here for that one.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Okay, wait a minute. That's,
Hold on. Do you want me to, let me see, where does that start? Okay, yeah, that starts right here.
Found out which one was the max, right? We found out it was 17%. And that came
Okay.
to,
Yes.
I took that one.
All right, so if I don't this, I hear somebody talking in the background.
okay, 219. Now you gotta make it sure.
Let's scroll up, okay. This is where, but let me do this. Let me just start right here. This is where we first introduced slope intercept form. So, Ms. Bryce, let me know when you should take the picture.
I didn't hear you.
Well,
Oh, I said this is where we first talked about slope intercept form. I thought you were taking pictures.
okay. So
Okay, I got it.
there might be a form
All
of.
right, this was that first equation. First, I think I saw your head nod. And no, we want to take it right there. See another, I think I saw head nod. And then that's where that one ends. All right. So once again, let me see, it didn't start. Okay. So once again, once you plug it in initially, I guess I'll turn this another color. This was your point slope formula, point slope form. This is your slope intercept form. Okay. But like I said, it just depends on what they're referencing in MATLAB, and they'll let you know what they want. Most of the time, they want you to take it all the way down to slope intercept form. But like I said, if you see the wording, I'll just make sure we're clear. All right. Questions or anything? That's it. So, yep, any other ones, they ask you the same stuff. Slope intercept form, parallel lines. Slope is 4, passing through the point. Yep, the same thing. 2 points, same thing. Okay, so those are the type of problems that they ask of you in that section. You know, as always, try the stuff out, see if you have any issues. Next class, I will not do anything new. Going into spring break, a little light, I guess you would say. So I'll meet here. It's not mandatory that you come to next class, but if you have any questions, I'll be here to answer questions if you have them. But we will not do anything new next class, and you do not have to come. I will not look at you sideways. If you decide to tap out on next class, it is fine. It is all good. Yeah, next class will just be, like I said, a review day. If you have questions, you can ask them. If not, and you just ready to start this spring break a little early, then feel free to do so as well. Before we close out today, questions or anything about anything? Anybody? Everybody good? Everybody straight? Say something in the chat. My email address is vtucker@tcc.edu. Probably could have wrote that a little better, but just vtucker@tcc.edu. I know some people sent me some emails, sent me an email or two on extensions. I'm behind on my emails. I get caught up today, so look for a response on that sometime today. I have not forgotten you. Just got to get to them. Got a little behind this weekend. All right, everybody good? Everybody straight? Any questions before we close out?
So might possibly think about a little extension. 'Cause I
Well,
work
email.
to-
Yeah, email me. Email me.
Okay,
Yeah, that's an individual situation. Like I said, I handle individual stuff individually, so I can give you an individual answer versus a class answer. You know what I'm saying? When you ask me a class,
I got you. I
yeah,
got you.
yeah,
I was
ask
glad
for
to
the
hear I
class.
was the only one with an issue. Okay, have a good day, all.
Okay, all right. So everybody have a good one. Be safe. If you come in Wednesday, I'll see you Wednesday. If not, have a great spring break and take advantage of the time and be safe, safe travels, all that good stuff. All right. You
Thank
guys
you.
take care.
Thanks.
Huh? Thank you. Thank you. Ms. Braxton, your hand is up?
Yep,
Huh?
yes. I want to know how to set up a meeting with you or a Zoom meeting with you personally.
Email?
Send an email?
Yeah, so we can talk about it and see how our schedules match up. If you're trying to meet outside of office hours, then yeah, shoot an email so we
Okay,
can match up our
okay.
schedules.
Okay, thank you, sir.
All right, no problem. All right. All right, everybody take care.